filter up. Where's that filter? Where's my filter? Check, check. Audio, 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 audio. All right. There is a microphone. Hashtag modern folk. Hashtag Sean Rockland. Hashtag. No more hashtags. Let's see. What do we got? Now there was a. You guys saw that sick filter, the 8mm. I gotta find it. Where is it? Gotta have it. Oh God. No, it's not popping up. All right, I take that to mean that you don't. Well, you're happy with whatever comes of this broadcast. All right. Oh, by the way, YouTube viewers, I'm also live on Facebook, speaking directly to some of my friends. So today I'm just going to do Act 1. All right, I'm going to do the first 4 songs. I haven't had a chance to do that one proper yet. On this channel, you can check out the album on Bandcamp. This is the studio of the house. This is the outer room. That's the window to the actual recording area. It's very, very sweet. The other thing was I'm trying to keep the talk out. Shout outs to Zach Holleran, my videographer, cinematographer, director. If you want to be on film, please sign my waiver, or don't, and just be in the film, okay? Thomas Cho, Jordan Avila of Wham Dingus, Jenny Delahaye, Brianna Safe, Sean O'Brien, Douglas Delahaye, and then Mark Delahaye, Ted Delahaye, Tim Delahaye, Claire Delahaye, Ray and Marcia Delahaye. Oh, sorry. Let's see here. Derelict Choir, Act 1. Here we go. I'm a bullet for you. I'm a bullet for you. Baby, I'm a bullet for you. I'm a bullet for you. In the humdrum waking hours, in the cold sweat mornings I awake, she's drenched in the wake, in the tightly knit light that brightens the dark. A hollow point is filled and I recall I'm no hammer, no spark. I'm just a bullet for you. I'm a bullet for you. Baby, I'm a bullet for you. Shout out to Lucy Ray McLaughlin. My God. I'm a bullet for you. In the Miracle Mile towns, where the people don't wear no frowns, and the oceans just pass on through. When we sink, we get a better view. Oh, baby, I'm a bullet for you. 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 Oh, What's track two? I'm sticking to the track order, so I want to do the first four. But you know, you can listen to each act. You can switch the first two acts for sure, I'd say. Oh God, I'm talking about the Derelict Choir on Bandcamp. Go to bandcamp.com and search the Derelict Choir. Available for purchase. $10 is kind of a guideline. Feel free to, you know, be as generous as you want. But it's definitely worth buying. These are songs that we have slayed over. Mostly myself. I've written all of them, but all the people around me, the team, the band. Stephen Wesley Giles, shout out to you. John Cash Studios, where it was recorded. Not this studio. This is just our house studio here, where I'm renting. Anyway, track two. Let's see, Bullet for You. The first song is Bullet for You. This is terrible. Oh, Sheldon and Abigail. Oh, shout out to God. Sheldon's jaw dropped in the doorway when he heard the news. Abigail had gone back past 110th Street with a bad and bitter case of blues. While her mother told them in between the weeping, he picked up the telephone. Hey, Marky, grab yourself a shotgun. Meet me down the street and bring me one. always more. When Abigail wants what Sheldon is thinking, she remembers that the answer is always more. They pulled the Lincoln up in her house, kept the engine running out, pulled their weapons from the trunk and loaded 9 shells for to preach, asking why don't she watch the company she keeps. Thirsty for slaughter, they started gunning. Before Mac could get away, and his answer was muffled with the muzzle in his mouth when Sheldon asked him where Abigail was staying. When Abigail wonders what Sheldon is thinking, she remembers that the answer is always war. When Abigail wonders what Sheldon is thinking, she remembers that the answer is always war. When Abigail wonders what her lovers are thinking, she questions which one of them is really the whore. When Abigail wonders what Sheldon is thinking, she remembers that the answer is always war. It's 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 always war. Thank you. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. That song, it takes place in the 1970s Harlem. Sheldon is a low-level Irish mob. Abigail is an African-American prostitute who becomes a not prostitute and then becomes a anyway. There's a love story there. There's more to it. And then the first song is Bullet for You, another love song, written about a very special girl. And then so those are the first 2 tracks. And then the third track is, what is that? What could it be? I literally, I don't know why. I can't remember the track right now. Track three. Oh, man. Well, it'll come to me. I guess I'll take a minute here to address some of the other stuff that I wanted to talk about. Check out I actually may talk to these people. I didn't. This wasn't planned, but Mario's Lawn Service. If you're in Whittier, this is what I've written my show on today. Check out divideandconquer.com. Go there. It is a music critical music site. And I'm excited I'm very excited about their website. I just found out some very exciting news today that that they're going to be publishing an article about the Derelict Choir. So I'm very excited, and I encourage you to look and check out that website for their musical expertise. It's an independent site, and they review lots of artists, independent artists, and like myself. And I was listening to an album today on that site that they published. It's very fantastic. They actually put the album in the article, so you can read the article, everything they have to say, and then you can listen to the music. So watch for that. Sean McLaughlin's Derelict Choir, True Sounds of Americana, my band, will be. I'm going to make sure that I mention. See, have them mention that. My WordPress site. I have a blog. Check out my blog, blooddry.com. You know, these URLs are fantastic. They're free, but you know, eventually the URLs are going to change. For example, for this YouTube site, I don't know what the URL is. It's a combination of letters and numbers. Right now, it's youtube.com/webcam, which that can't be right, but that'd be a sweet URL. TSOA Tour 18. If you've been paying attention to my Facebook, you've probably seen some of my wacky videos. Please know, a little disclaimer, a lot of times I'm doing a character, okay? If you see these shoes, I might be doing a character. And that character is called the Moderner. I don't know if there's copyright infringement. I remember there was, anyway, that came to me. If you know about modern folk, you know that something about that. So the Moderner embodies modern folk. Anyway, TSOA Tour 18 is something I did in which I busked up the coast from Long Beach. Well, actually, yeah, starting in Long Beach. For a week, I just busked up the coast, funding it entirely based on what people put in my container. And all I had was this guitar, Stone Steps. Watch for, anyway, Stone Steps. That's the name of this guitar. And let's talk about the guitar. What do we have here? Okay, we got Stone Steps Tour, but it says Torre. Americana. Okay, so I think it might be some AD 2018 tinted. And we also have this. This is for Ted and Jenny Delahaye. TJ Delahaye, Americana Amalgamized. I wrote that in Santa Monica, so I put St. Monica. TSOA, number 7, which was my number in water polo, also my favorite number. Yeah, I went to, I eventually stopped in West Hills, or Woodland Hills, West Hills, and stopped by Pickwick's, a pub there, and then there was another pub, and then I'd perform at the gas station daily on Food Mart. Oh, also shout out to, and it was super fun. I stayed at St. Bernardine's Catholic Church, which was, they were very accommodating. I went to mass there too. Hashtag represent ACC, Anglican Catholic Church. St. Matthew's Church, my home church. Bishop Scarlett. The place I was going to, Numero Uno Tavern. If you're ever in West Hills, go to Numero Uno Tavern. Great pub. Has track 3 come to my mind yet? I don't. someone put, you guys know the album. Just put in the comments what track 3 is, or if you want to hear a specific song, just tell me. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, I guess I'm gonna have to look it up here on this thing. Track 3. I was hoping to have just a smooth run through of the songs, but this is fun. Oh God, I don't have to say this right now. Let me see. Let me see. What do we got here? Oh, this is Theo Hirsch. Theo Hirsch of Long Beach. This is Hirsch. Theo Hirsch of Long Beach. Check Google TheoHirsch. Good friend of mine, Theo. If you want to call in, 714-881-9658. Theo, call in. We talked about that. Feel free to call in, my friend. Tom Harmon. Rafferty, a Dublin band. Johnny Quinn is the fiddle player. Tom Harmon told me about this group, and I'm happy to say they are a very good band. Let's play an Irish tune. Oh God. Oh man, I have so many. I've written quite a few. And now there's songs on that are not on the album that should be. So let's do one that should be. Oh God, Arlaga Diahu. That's the one I'm going to do. This is for anyone who's passed. It's really about Narlaga Diahu's Gaelic. And hey, Matt Roman. Hey, buddy. Matt Roman is a fantastic chef out of Fullerton. Just so you know, whatever fame I acquire, I'm just bringing everybody I know with me, or that you know what I mean. What was I talking about? Narlaga Diahu. This Gaelic for "May God never weaken you." A great man had passed, and I was thinking about the great men and father figures throughout the ages, really. And so it's for anyone who's ever known a great father. And I have a great example with my dad, John Patrick McLaughlin. And this is a fun little factoid for you. He named me Sean Patrick McLaughlin. Now, you don't know John McLaughlin the firsts, really. So, but yeah, my name's Sean Patrick McLaughlin, and I'm very proud to have that name, and I carry it with me. As Jim Croce once said. All right. God, I don't know if I'm going to get through that one without welling up a bit. Shit, what is it? Oh, I know. Let's just stick to the first 4 then. The third song is great. No, it's Inspiration is Free. This is a this is going to be a great live number with the band. Very great one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Living things, listen to the cracking leaves as we walk the earth with utmost sincerity. I am 1 and you are 3, but which of you really hears me? What has come is to be, and all the earth will sound. Inspiration, intuition, institution. Occupation is constellation. The dust dies down, the ashes wear no crown. To listen for a subtle voice. voice and sit around down in with the breeze and you see inspiration is intuition, institutions, occupation, inspirations, intuitions, institutions, occupation is free. Inspiration is free. Are you talking to me? There ain't nobody else here. It's a laser. You're hotter than a solar flare. I'm just talking about the throes of your hair. I am one and you are my seed. I navigate helplessly. You're the woman who haunts my dreams, and I think you quite agree that inspiration, intuition, institutions, occupation, inspiration, intuitions, institutions, occupation is free. Inspiration is free. Inspiration is free. I want to do great things for you. I want to do great things for you. I want to do great things for you. In the morning, when love is all around, just take a little lift. Everything you see is the manuscript. Let the sun come down and shine like you do when I say I love you. Say it to my teeth around, I'm gonna put it around just to wait and see. You know we got great food. You know we got great things to do in the evening. When you can't find your way back home and you pay through your pretty teeth and they fall on the ground. Well, you wonder how long the song will go on. You've been singing. Hey babe, you're on the right track. Come on, won't you write me back? Love is such a holy ghost, and you're such a heavenly host. Love is such a holy ghost. You are such a holy rose. I think we've got great things to do. To do. Go on the side too. I see a lot of you are joining, so I want to keep this going. This is Culture War. The Culture War rages on. It's good. Okay, a little backstory on this one. It doesn't take place in our time. Maybe like turn of the century. It's at some point before there's penicillin. I mean, syphilis would just eat your face. But it's also compensatory. Okay. We all know the term social or whatever it is, culture war. It rages on, my friends. And it leads progress. The culture war rages on! I look out my window and I search for a song. The town seems empty yet the whorehouse is running strong. I play a busy when the price is a song. And this virus is eating my face. And this virus is eating my face. And this virus is Lord. The culture war rages on. Penicillin's at the future's dawn. I'm feeling lucky 'cause I have my gun. I keep it loaded, but no one seems to do me wrong. And this virus is eating my face. And this virus is eating my face. And this virus is eating my face. Oh, the culture war bleeds progress. I'm searching for answers, but I digress. As the wagon brings supplies, well, I greet them here most, and the fucking baby cries. And this virus is eating my face. And this virus is eating my face. And this virus is eating my face. I think I'll cry now. 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 Dang, dang, dang. And this virus is eating my face. And this virus is eating my face. nothing else in the world matters. Like a wind chime dimming with the sound of summer. Let me know when you are coming. I'll train to you and sail with the albatross. Sail a cork, stare up at the Celtic cross. Ask Christ to forgive me of my sins. Then jump back into my body again. And call me when there's a light on. Call me when there's a light on. Oh, call me when there's a light on. No, it's just so easy. Modern girls sure know how to tease. Wish to death I'd leave it alone. And I will once my mind is gone. Throw me away, baby, I've got nothing to prove. Listen to that needle when it hits the groove. Call when there's a light on. Yeah, call me when there's a light on. Oh, call me when there's a light on. Oh, call me when there's a light on. Seven diamond rings I borrowed. 7 diamond rings I stole. They're gonna throw me down. And this here what is it that makes this heart so cold? What is it that makes this heart so cold? The 5th of wild turkey and 7 diamond rings sold. See, I dig until I can't keep digging. Then I open up the coffin. If I'm lucky, there's 1 diamond ring more. I don't care much for stealing persons. I don't care much for jewelry stores. But a diamond on a dead finger now, that's something I adore. It's the type of word that gets me to sleep at night. I have trouble waking up in the morning. Every day I walk around just wishing it's a storm. See, I dig until I can't keep digging. Then I open up the coffin door. If I'm lucky, there's 1 diamond diamond ring more. It's like the devil drives my shovel. It's like shopping in a candy store. I'm empty, but this fills me to the core. I stalk the graveyard and read the headstones. Finding women that were married is a chore. Sometimes I keep them, some bottom at the store. I'll lay down there and open up what's there. If I'm lucky, there's one diamond ring more. One night the watchman finally came, and his friends were with him as I was digging. They dug their own hole and threw me right in. As a diamond ring, breathe, but Lord, how it makes my heart sing. I can't speak or breathe, but Lord, how it makes my heart sing. I can't speak or breathe, but Lord, how it makes my heart sing. Ah, doobie 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 doobie. You lead the way and I will chase you. You lead the way and I'll follow through. You lead the way and I will chase you. That's how much I long for you. Man's got a bright tomorrow to make it to the next great tomorrow. You're the kind of girl that would make me happy. That's what we were born to be. Yeah, you lead the way and I will chase you. You lead the way and I'll follow through. You lead the way and I will chase you. That's how much I long for you. A woman's gotta wash away the filth and listen to the way the wind changes. And I will chase you. You lead the way and I'll follow through. You lead the way and I will chase you. That's how much I long for you. Path is narrow and the way is rough. I can't stand up when you take my hand. Your touch soothes the mold and hearted and keeps my blood in flow with you. Oh, you lead the way and I will chase you. You lead the way and I'll follow through. You lead the way and I will chase you. That's how much I long for you. You lead the way and I will chase you. You lead the way and I'll follow through. You lead the way, you lead the way, you lead the way, yeah, you lead the way. I'll lead the way someday soon.
I do. I'm gonna play a song for my daughter Lucy. I wrote this for her. It's called Some Kind of Joy.
I got everything a man can hope for. I've got everything for. Even got a saddle on the main line. I even got stirrups on the main line. I've got pictures on the wall. A beautiful daughter who will grow tall. I've got all the lessons I can teach her. I've got Jesus in my soul. Or an Oldsmobile, I find safety in the hatchback. Beautiful danger out in the open. The great wide open, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. I've got everything a man can hope for. I've got everything and more. I even got a saddle on the main line. I even got stirrups on the main line. 'Cause I got Jesus in my soul. Jesus in my soul. Jesus, yeah. Jesus in my soul. I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Yeah. Faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. In the moonlight, she tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throat and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah. 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 Yeah. Maybe there. Wait. You and I, we've been here before. We walked this room and we've stalked this floor, you know. I used to live alone before I met you. See, I saw your flag on the marble arch, and love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 All right, I hope you guys don't mind, but I wrote my own verse here. The ball's on me, right? Fuck it, we'll do it. Do my verse. It's like a freestyle, but I already wrote it. We dropped the mic and you left the room. Your feet were drenched with wet perfume. Her tears puddled on the floor after you touched her. Yeah, her face walked out, it was glistening. And they say you're always listening to every fallen tongue. Sing hallelujah. 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 Yeah. Maybe there's you got above. All I've ever learned from love is how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. But it's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seeing the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 I have a confession to make. I can't seem to clean this bitter slate. It's not in my mind. Now my soul resides in your grave. But beyond this, I'm finding it harder to wake up each day with a purpose. Because I don't know that knowledge is power. But I believe our souls speak louder for better or worse. Bless me, Father, I'm about to sin again. Lord Jesus, have mercy on me. All of a sudden I can't see. My eyes have become a watery grave, overflowing with you. But the world's just this open throat, an abyss we stare into, and surely it stares into us. As you can see, my soul's collected rust. Rust never sleeps, man, and I wear it on my sleeve. Cause I don't know that knowledge is power. I believe our souls speak louder for better or worse. I don't know that knowledge breeds rust, but I believe these words. Dust to dust, ash to ash. That there can be peace in the valley. Son, which would you choose? Let God take us out of the world or keep us from evil? When you put it that way, Father, I believe I'd choose the latter. Your penance is as follows. Say hallelujah 3 times. May there be peace in the valley. May there be peace in your valley, my son. Peace in the valley, my son. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Shout out to Bishop Stephen Scarlett. Chris Becker. That song is inspired by a short story by Andre Dubus, or Dubuis. We're still debating the name. It's still being debated, especially amongst the Beckers, who introduced me to Andre Dubus. D-U-B-U-S, Andre. A writer in the vein of Flannery O'Connor. Even being an ocular story, I encourage you to read it. I forget the name of it. I've been meaning to research that. Oh, should we do a segment where I look at? No, let's not. But check out Andre Dubus. It's great stuff. I mean, the gist of it, I take away from it. And nope, it's in the story. The boy goes to confession, and throughout the story, he's struggling with how in love with this girl he is, and you know, different sorts of, like, you know, sexual sin and stuff. And he he goes to confession. I mean, the way I remember it is he goes to confession, and in the Catholic Church, and he's very distraught. And at the end of it, no priest ever gives a penance that's just say Alleluia 3 times. That's not something that happens. It's like read Psalm 32, or you know, I think we can all relate a little bit to that. You know, I think we can all relate a little bit to that. List from February 16th, 2018. I believe this is when the quartet played at the Night Owl in Fullerton. We played 7 Diamond Rings, Bullet for You, Slow Your Roll, Susanna, Narlagad Yahoo, Fly Me to the Moon. And I think that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we did 7. I always try to do things in 7s. We might have done another one. Like 7 Diamond Rings, the guy collects. That's about a grave robbery. Well, depends on how far you go with the metaphor. Yeah, he collects diamond rings in sets of 7. From you know, sometimes people are buried with valuables, and so he digs up the bones of married women and takes their rings with them if they're down there. Well, let's do Susanna. I think I'll close with this one. We've been going for an hour, and this is a great one to close on. Susanna is a very heavy song. I've been told it's a crowd favorite. And I find it to be a very hopeful song. And, you know, I'll just let the song speak. You know, it really, what up, Kirk? Swaggy on the scene, dude. Shout out to Huntington Beach Lifeguards. I'm about to play a song called Susanna. If you haven't heard it, you're going to hear it now. First, I'm going to have some of this. It's freaking vodka, man. No, it's water. Shout out to Cheech and Chong. Up in Smoke. Huntington Beach City Lifeguards, I feel like I need to clarify. But stay tuned. Oh, Santa, she's got ribbons in her hair. Oh, Susanna, she's got ribbons in her hair. I'd like to see her one more time, just sitting there on the front porch,
singing stories, and then what proceeds is the light not going out without a fight. She calls me sugar, I call her Sweet Marie. She calls me sugar, and I call her Sweet Marie. And I never have to wonder, if I were cut, would she bandage me? Kids, they ask me, when is mommy coming home? That makes me think about her screams. I lie and tell them she won't leave us all alone, and they believe me. But I don't believe there's a light not going without her. She lays her head on the hospital bed, lay down, lay down. She lays her head where she can rest, lay down, lay down. I lay my head down on her breast, lay down, lay down. I lay my head where I can rest, lay down, lay down. And in the morning, it's time for shock therapy. They ask her about the voices. She says they do not come from me. So they shock her, which the insurance covers for free. And I sit and shudder, still filled with wonder, taking cover. There's a light not going out without a light. She lays her head down on the hospital bed, lay down, lay down. She lays her head where she can rest, lay down, lay down. She lays her head down on the hospital bed, lay down, lay down. She lays her head where she can rest, lay down, lay down, lay down, lay down. I just hear Miley's violin in the background right now. That's his cello. Everybody. She returns home. She sees them waiting there, all three. Her face is white as snow, paler than it used to be. She comes and wraps her arms around my waist. I say, honey, pull back, I gotta see your face. There's this fire in her eyes, and it's a beautiful sight. As they dilate out the light, there's a light not going out without a fight. I lay my head down on her breast. Lay down, lay down. I lay my head down I can rest. Lay down, lay down. She makes me dance so I can rest. Lay down, lay down. She lays my head down on the breast. Lay down. Lay down, lay down, lay down. Oh, Susanna, she got rings in her hair. She got rings in her hair. One more with that character. There's another song I wrote. Oh, Susanna, I swear I'll take you anywhere, so please let down your hair. Leave the room speechless with blank stare. Starlit faces, overcome places. Who's that lit in the background? I see traces underground. Well, I find you over there. Over where? Underwear. Oh, Susanna, who cares? The night just got young anyway. The floor is alive with the gaze. Move through crystals to take me there. Your worn out dresses, handmade messes. Who's that lit in the foreground? Hammering in makeshift over rotten flame bit. Well, I find you over there. Over where? Underwear. You. Susanna, I'm blind, but I still feel the ribbons in your hair. Sitting on the porch was just fine. Toys on the floor, music on the stereo. Who's that lit in the living room? I've got records, you've got shelving. Will I find you over there?
Thank you. If you like what you heard, all you viewers and listeners out there, please visit. Yeah, let's do a graphic. Let's do a graphic here. Oh, what are these? These are lyrics. Let's do this though. Oh, this is an old album, Loudly. I want you all to find out if you can. There are copies. Now, but what I'm talking to you about now is this album right here. Okay. The Derelict Choir. Now, this is an EP slash LP. All right. This is the EP-esque release. And you can find it here. And this is the most important part, okay? www.SeanMcLaughlin. That's Sean McLaughlin as in Sean McLaughlin. 3.bandcamp.com. Let's give a hand for, you know, automatic free URLs. All right, but this is mine. Now you can also just go to bandcamp.com and type in the Derelict Choir or Sean McLaughlin, as you see it spelled out here, and you will find my artist page, our artist page. On the site, you know, we've slaved over this site. There's lyrics, there's artwork, there's all kinds of stuff, and it's all yours if you go there and you purchase the album through PayPal. There's a link to buy the album. You can also buy individual tracks. If you've been watching this broadcast, I've played all the 10 songs today. I played every one of them, plus a few more actually. Now those can all be on future releases. Right now, as it stands, they have not been released yet. But this one is available, and if you like what you hear, if you want to hear more, please purchase the album. 10 is what it's listed as. Now, keep in mind, this is just a guideline. You know, if you want to pay more, you know, the sky's the limit. You know, feel free to donate. Think of it as a donation. Okay, we're doing a lot of crowdfunding here, and there are numerous projects in the works. There's a film project. There is this YouTube channel. There is other albums, and there's also a record label in the mix, which is more on that later. But here's a clue, something right there, Stone Steps. Founded by True Sound of Americana. TSOA. No, yeah. Anyway, dead air all of a sudden. What was I doing? I have a thing. You know, while I got you here, I might as well do a few more songs. Let's look at some of the album listings for what we got. Where did that one go? Oh, here we go. This is okay. Now I'm going to do okay, a really good 3-song set. 3 songs that I'm really happy with. I did it the other night on this cellular device, the free phone I was talking about. Now it was The Bloody End of Thieves into Painless into Narlaga, Yahoo. Very excited with all you guys, all you men and women, boys and girls watching. This next set is safe for the whole. No, it's you can watch it if you're a small wee one, and if your name is Lucy. I encourage you to watch it, dear daughter of mine. The Bloody End of Thieves, Painless, and Narlaga Yahoo. I just don't want to. This is a good opportunity to play those 3. Now, the Bloody End of Thieves is actually on the album Loudly I was telling you about. In the last independent release, I'd say, of mine. Yeah, that was 2013, I think. I don't know. Ted? Doug? Anyone. Email. You can email me if you want to write me. My email is truesoundsofmodernfolk@gmail.com. truesoundsofmodernfolk@gmail.com. That is my work email. This is what I do. You're looking at. And the modern folk. Let's talk about that for a second. You may have seen my my hashtags or smash tags, whatever. I mean, social media. There's a thing called hashtags. So you can get visibility doing that, and it's actually trending. That shit is trending like a mother on Instagram. Modern folk, and it's that term was used by Joe, the owner of the Night Owl in Fullerton, and a good friend of mine. He that's this yeah. I've spent about. I recently got back into the string of just playing open mics in the Night Owl, the community there. I got hooked up with Rod Harrison, Connor, I should say Dr. Barry Clyde, Kat Cunningham. Check out all of their music. Rod Harrison, Dr. Barry Clyde, BARRY CLYDE, Kat Cunningham, CATCUNNINGHAM, true folk heroes, not even like in the truest sense. True folk hero too. Modern folk comes in. He used it to describe my tunes, my music, and modern folk. Think about modernism, the movement. Okay, don't think about postmodernism as much. Not to knock postmodernism, but I don't know if you've studied any philosophy or anything. I have. Okay, I did go to college, and I do know a thing or two about writing and about literature and songwriting. So modern folk, it was a huge compliment when Joe said that to me, and I took it and ran with it. And it's kind of a double entendre. Folk music is a genre of music, but modern, folk is also just people. So modern folk, we are modern people. We are modern folks doing modern things. I'm on YouTube Live. It's so modern, it makes my head spin. Daniel Johnston's artwork comes to mind. Wesley Willis comes to mind. These are true folk heroes of mine. Those two right there. I just want to talk about them for a second. Wesley Willis struggled his whole life with mental illness and things, but he made some of the funniest and actually brilliant songs on his Casio keyboard. From Chicago, but he loved people, and he would headbutt them to say hello. Like he had a bruise on his forehead because he'd meet girls on the street and people, fans, and he'd give them a nice little love headbutt. And it's not for the faint-hearted. There's a lot of curse words in most of his stuff, but there's also songs like "They Threw Me Out of Church." Picks up his Casio keyboard and talks about how he literally did get thrown out of church. For what reason? Maybe he deserved to. I don't know. But I also know that there's also reasons to not throw people out of church. And Wesley Willis, I know was there because he needed to be there probably. And I just wanted to say that he actually, there's great documentaries on YouTube. And he started work, like he'd make these to scale landscape portraits, drawings with a Sharpie. Actually, with this one, I got this because of what a big copyright. Whoops, that's Sharpie. If you want to give me fuck. Anyway, business, right? So they should. I mean, he was making these amazing. He could have been an architect, like drawing, but he was writing songs, and that was so important. And if you haven't heard of him, please watch the documentary The Devil and Daniel Johnston, which of course, if you didn't know, is they play on the classic folk L. Webster, which is about a man who meets the devil and so. We used to do this in swim team. Woo! Cream shoots, 2 points. Oh, and I did make it. Sick. Oh, let's do a little bit of this product placement. This is an independent, I think, company. Bubble Up, crisp and refreshing lemon lime soda. Produced under the authority of the Dad's Root Beer Company, Jasper, Indiana. Let's check it out. Ah, fantastic. Yeah, be great. Great mixer. Maybe some. Probably make a 7 and 7 with this. 7 and Bubble Up. Or what else could you make? Oh yeah, vodka, right? The Absolute Vodka commercials come to mind. Tim and Eric. Nobody's telling me to like put their products in my videos, by the way. I'm just hoping to get some funding or something. Anyway, let's do those songs I was telling you about, right? This needs a tune. This needs a little tune here. Okay, wait. I just remembered something. I'm trying to remember the track listing on Loudly. This place is quiet. You guys have heard these. This place is quiet, right? Industrial type song I was using. Now people use looping. I'm going to talk for a minute. Looping is awesome, and the way I would do looping, especially on the Loudly album, was not conventional. I did not use one of the high-tech looping stations. Not to knock them. I just, like I was saying earlier, like with this phone, this is a free phone, and I've been able to accomplish a lot with just this, doing YouTube Live, Facebook Live, photos, like it's tight. And then, so with Loudly, I had a DD delay pedal, the Boss one. It gave that one to me when I was in Michelangelo Rufino and the Villains, or I shouldn't say when. It just Michelangelo Rufino gave me that pedal, and I was able to use that to loop like drum on my acoustic guitar. And then I could plug a microphone into that and then loop vocals, right? So that's what I did with This Place Is Quiet. I didn't have any high-tech, but if you listen to it, I was able to like some sweet polyrhythms that I'm happy with. And then the song, of course, is lyrically speaking, or vocally speaking, it builds to a climax. And that was a lot of fun. Also on that album, I think, and another thing I like to do, I like juxtaposition. So I don't know if, I like to let my work speak for itself, but anyway, it goes into If It's Alright by You, I think, which is like kind of how when you saw me do 7 Diamond Rings into so it's kind of like that, a juxtaposition of sorts. The mood of the song changes. The Bloody and the Thieves, I also did a performance with Mylene Rod, which is on Facebook. if you find that, I encourage you to watch it if you haven't seen it already. A very hard change from because the key changes, and the Bloody End of Thieves into Narlaga Yahoo was very fun. So anyway, the track listing on Loudly. Then it's Siren Song of Adam and Eve, I think. Bloody End of Thieves, and that's 4 songs right there. And then the 5th song is Prayer, which a lot of improvisation in that song. I don't know if you knew that. Very beautiful how that came together for me. That album was recorded after a pretty rough breakup. Oh, not rough. It was mutual and it was amicable, and I'm still on great terms with her. But yeah, and I'm really those songs mean a lot more to me now. You know, now that I started playing them again for people. And having that communal thing with others at open mic, it's just a very beautiful thing. So please come to shows, come to open mics, support your local. Great coffee house there. Shout out to Bela. Kyle, the Night Owl Fortune. Like, I can make one right now. I just don't see the point until. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I make these business cards and I'll just give them to people, or I'll make photocopies of them. And there's a lot of they're unique, each one. But if you're on my Instagram, I have the first one I ever made on my highlights, and I was at Ballast Point Brewery in Long Beach, and I met a friend there, and we were talking about stuff, and I made my first business card. Modern folk, performance, and community. I encourage each and get out and perform your music. Record it, yes, but also perform it for people. Figure out what it takes to put on. Make sure you can perform whatever it is you're recording, right? Or I mean, something. Like I've never performed This Place Is Quiet because there's a lot to that one. It would be, I mean, it's going to be sick once the band forming it as a band. I mean, believe me, Prayer, I have all of those there. You can hear snippets of poetry in there. I wrote that while I was living in Riverside, the poetry part of it. And then when I made the instrumental parts, I just started, you know, I did spoken word into the, and, you know, like the band Health, one of the things they do, you can't ever always understand the lyrics, and that's the point. Okay. Not always the point made, but that Health, check out the band Health, LA-based noise band. So fucking sick. We saw them in LA, and it was a sick show. Anyway, that was one of the influences for that song, Prayer. And if you talk to Ted Delahaye, he's got a good reading on that. You know, sometimes like I just write the songs and I make them, and like anything else, it takes on new meaning to other people. I know what it means to me, and I know what other people I've talked to with certain songs, not necessarily mine, might mean. You know, me and Sean, we talk about Townes Van Zant's song, Mr. Mud and Mr. Gold. Like and his wife Mallory too. We would talk about that till the cows come home. It's so good. He crafts this song about a game of five stud poker, but it's you know, there's all this like almost Milton-esque imagery about, you know, devils, angels, and all this stuff going on during this five-star poker game. Check that song out. Townes Van Zandt, TOWNESVANZANDT, one of my favorite songwriters of all time. and one of the greatest ones too. On the topic of songwriters, Bob Dylan. True Sounds of Americana. I have Spotify playlists with TSOA playlists. These are artists and songs that are that I would say are kind of modern folk songs. Okay, just me just throwing that into ether. Like what it means to me, and I didn't come up with this idea of modern folk. Like Bob Dylan didn't. Just like Bob Dylan was just working with an existing form. And then you do your own thing. So I don't know if you play your violin for plants, Mr. Tommy Dactors, but that is modern folk as heck. Originally posted, if you're on Twitter, go on Twitter and look up Mr. Drinks on Me. He posted a poster of a World War Z, I guess, I don't know, a World War Z poster of the movie. There's a cat. There's a cat in that poster. And it looks like there's paint on it. I was looking at it. I swear I saw paint on that cat. So is there I mean, was it an actual cat that was photographed? I don't know. Was you know, how did they take that photo? I don't know. Is it just a graphic? I don't know, but there seems to be paint. So that got me. Is there a mark? Has someone keyed the car? Anyway, presence of paint. The quality, I'm just going to say this. The quality of the mark over the quantity of the mark. Okay? Think about that. The quality of the mark. The guideline, I had suggested that we paint Mephistopheles, which of course is a musical. I don't know if cats are painted in that. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a second. There are cats painted in that Cats play. Yeah, they paint on the cat makeup. So there you go. Presence of paint right there. But do cats, can you paint a cat? Can you? I've never tried. But, you know, if you feel like your cat is into it, think of it like, you know, painting the face of a small child, or, you know, I checked with PETA. I did tweet at them. I let them know about the poster. Also at Real Cat Facts on Instagram. They're aware of the situation. Get to the bottom of this, okay? Diane, let's get an update on the presence of paint situation. Hashtag presence of paint. The paint on this guitar. I'd say that's quality. That's quality paint right there. Well, let's talk about clothing. This is a Vans off the. I do skate, surfer. I cycle. I run. Went for a run today in these kicks, which were given to me in Los Angeles, and I got some blue on there, so don't trip. You know, you Manchester City fans. I'm Manchester City all the way. Manchester's blue. This is just because I'm a red-blooded Irish American. Okay, that's what this is. But Adidas are great kicks. These are Samoas, and I love them. And these are Ruka pants. These are I wear these every day. These Ruka pants. I've got a Volcom belt buckle here. See that? It's got a beer bottle opener on it right there. In the Volcom. You guys want to see? Just kidding. Close up with the crotch. This is a Vans T-shirt. Vans. Usually I wear Vans, by the way, if I'm not wearing Adidas. And this is a Vans T-shirt, and that's the Wolf. Hashtag the Wolf is loose. Mastodon. Album Blood Mountain. Listen to that song. Holy shit, heavy. And given to me by Rod Harrison. It has seen. It is the thing I love about guitars is guitars that have been around. Okay, there's history here. That's about sacramentalism, kind of. That's one of the things I've learned at St. Matthew's. I learned about sacramentalism, and it changed my life. Like I had always learned about. I mean, I was baptized Catholic, and I grew up in the Anglican tradition, but the you know, learning about it in depth was life-changing for me, because it doesn't have to be just applied to like sacraments themselves. Like there was a great experience with Ted. We were listening to the Sufjan Stevens album, Carrie and Lowell. We listened to it the whole way through. We ran into a homeless guy, and anyway, he offered us, you know, a cigarette or whatever. That was like a sacramental gesture in a way. It's not the Blessed Sacrament per se. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. So this has been places. This has seen other folks play it. It's got scars. It's got stripes, as Johnny Cash would say. And I love it. And Rod put a little abalone right there. Look at that. Remember my old talking meeting? I had that Aesop Fables thing. That was from the cover of Aesop Fables. I had that right here. I had the mice eating the crackers, right? But this is a guild, and I've got medium gauge strings on it. And the action, look at the action on this. This guitar is, I don't know if you can see it. The action is very, very high. So you have to really press down, but it's great. It helps you, because now when, like I was saying earlier, doing a lot with a little, now when I play like a really sweet Gibson with 11 gauge or 10 gauge strings, I'm going to have no problem moving up and down the fretboard. Anyway, speaking of sacramentalism, this song is called Linoleum.
Possessions never meant anything to me. I'm not crazy, well that's not true. I got a bed and a guitar and a dog named Dog who pisses on my floor. That's right, I got a floor. So what? So what? So what? I got pockets full of Kleenex and linen holes where everything important to me seems to fall right down my leg and onto the floor. My closest friend, Linoleum, supports my head, gives me something to believe. That's me on the beach side combing the sand, metal meter in my hand, sporting a pocket full of change. That's me on the street with a violin under my chin, playing with a grin, singing no effects. That's me on the back of the bus. That's me in the cell. That's me inside your head. That's me inside your head.
Shout out to Fat Mike and No Effects, all the boys. And Noah Sinclair, Todd Bartlett, Ken Berry, all the punks. Oh my God, Generator by Bad Religion is such a great song. And it's kind of, I don't know, I love that song. I know it's about, I don't want to talk what it is. What does it mean to you, okay? I know that means like, I'm just going to play it. I don't remember all the lyrics, but I'm going to play it. Hold on. Like a rock, like a planet, like a rock, like a planet, like a everything atom bomb. I'll remain unperturbed in the madness I encounter everywhere I turn. Seen it all along. In books and magazines, like a twitch before dying,
like a fixie. The man behind. There's a knife on the floor. Turnpike. I made this part up. Big turnpikes and dive bombs, like the blood on my door. Oh yeah, like the blood on my door. Wash me clean and I will run until I reach the shore. I see it all alone in the books and magazines, like actors in a photograph, like paper. No wind. There's a man behind the window. There's an ugly broadband Wi-Fi connection, likes and diamonds, like the blood on my sleeve. Dark is the generator. Oh yeah, like I sleep free and I will run until I reach the shore. What do we got here? Oh, it's one of mine. Here we go. I don't pass no tests with flying colors. I don't leave behind no dying breath. I don't watch all the mistakes left by the skin of my teeth. Under a halo leaf and the skin of gray. My mistakes ain't nothing but a page out of the book. After all the rain, nothing new under the moon. But sometimes it's too much too soon. Baby, I want to be there for you. You're too much for me to take. When everything I touch always seems to break. There's my man, and I'm somewhere in between, for heaven's sake. For heaven's sake. Oh, I don't pass no tests with flying colors, and I don't leave behind no dying breath. I don't watch all the mistakes of others for their sorrow. I just want to know how much time I got left. Oh yeah, I pass every test by the skin of my teeth. Under a halo leaf and the skin of gray. And my mistakes ain't nothing but a page out of the book. After all there ain't nothing new under the sun. Oh, but sometimes I come undone and abandon everything I'm supposed to do. What's that again? Baby, I wanna be there for you. My dreams have got me drunk, jumping at the bit, howling at the moon. There's nights and then, and I'm somewhere in between, for heaven's sake. There's nights and then, and I'm somewhere in between, for heaven's sake. For heaven's sake. Thank you. That song's called Heaven's Sake. Released on video. So is Slow Your Roll. Yeah, I've done a few that way. There's lots of ways to release your music, guys and gals. Okay. I mean, if you're not on Anticon or Anti, you know, there's lots of other ways to do that. This is a song by the Chariot. Shout out to Josh Scoggin, one of the most influential vocalists on me personally, and my dear brother Mark Delahaye of A Lion Among Men. Check out A Lion Among Men. Check out Mark Delahaye. I did record with Mark. I recorded guitar. I think, I don't know. I think I'm on the album. I don't know. Anyway. He's a dear brother of mine. And Josh Scoggin is the lyrics that he writes and wrote. And his current band is 68. The first band he was in was Ludacris, which became Norma Jean. He was the original vocalist. They're still going. Great band. Shout out to Phineas and Sean McCulloch. Also, every member of Phineas that ever was and ever will be. Matt Laherty, Glenn Gizzy, Mike Ruffino, Michael Kevin Kilpatrick, a.k.a. Danger, Michelangelo Ruffino, a.k.a. the Fountain Bell Italian, Glenn Gizzy, a.k.a. Eddie Van Halen, because I don't have any other name better suited than that. Drummer was Danger, bassist Ryan Estrada, also Michael Kevin Kilpatrick's brother for a little while. I think bassists were a little. That was a great band. We had some great times. Miss Leota. Shout out to John Dunn. I'm so distracted. Diaspora, our band that guy from Texas. Every hardcore band I've ever been in. Horror Business. Villains. Michelangelo Ruffino and the Villains. Check out REP. It's on Spotify. Look it up. Michelangelo Ruffino and the Villains. There's also a YouTube video on Michelangelo Ruffino's YouTube page of our first show at the Blue Cafe when it existed. Many local legends were at that show, if you're a Huntington Beach native like I am myself. Of note, Victory, Steve Lynn O'Hara. Of Miss Leota. I don't know much about the genealogy of that band at this point, but they were once called Miss Leota. Anyway, and the circus. Anyway, what was I going to play? Oh, yeah. This is a song called Evan Perks. It's my own rendition. It's an acoustic version. By the Chariot. They're the only reason my different much into the light and to the shadows that cannot exist without the light. Please refer to the end of the page. Please refer to the end of the page. Come with us, standing alone. Stay with us. The state is a lonely ghost. Break into dust. Shake my heart in your hands. relationship burns. Disappointed, I know you are. Disappointed, I know you are. End of the page. Oh, disappointed, I know you are. Disappointed, I know you are. Now, what have I done? I lost the pick. Scott picks. Scott picks. All right, here we go. I got my Dunny. The Dunny. What are we doing with the Dunny? That's short for Dunlop picks. I've used these for years. These are my favorite. I'm gonna do a couple here. I'm going for. Oh, I'm already. Already two. Good. I didn't 5 hours. I'll go all day. It means you'll buy the album. Bandcamp.com. Search the Derelict Choir. I do have to eat, but I know people times are tight. So I have that in my pocket. So I know I can get another butter with that. I guess I'm rich. Arizona iced tea, I should say. What happened here? What happened? See, that's the other thing. You got to know what you're doing with your instrument. So, I mean, if you didn't know about the action on this guitar, you'd be sitting here all day trying to tune it. I'm just going to pull out a tuner. Mark signed with somebody. I don't know if it was Relapse or Solid State or somebody. I have no idea. All right, I'm going to play. Now, these are technically not quite finished, but I'm going to play them for you now. They're going to be. These are both True Sons of Americana songs. I mean, they're all band songs. I mean, Sean and I have been playing for years, and our band, True Sons of Americana, we will jam for hours. We're all about the jam, and we're also about Americana. We're also about campfires, camping, fucking living based on your means, working class. Shout out to every blue collar worker. And also anybody in the corporate grind, whatever you're working at, just work your fucking ass off at it. All right, just fucking get it done and be legit and have integrity. I learned to do that because my first job was a Huntington Beach City lifeguard. It was the best job anybody could have. First job anybody can have, period. And it's still the best job. It's so great. Whether it was towers, whether it was quads, trucks, whatever you were. Tower Zero, obviously, was always my favorite. The 6 a.m. shift, 6 to 2. Go to bed early the night before, always. Get up early, be there, because you're the one that's setting everything up, and people rely on you. I learned from that job to rely not only on others, but learn to be someone that is relied on as well, because you have to do that. And the people on the water do too, but also your coworkers.
It's at the end of the day, the stats has some of the gnarliest conditions. I mean, in the U.S. for sure. Dare I say the world? I mean, you go to, obviously not in the world. I mean, there's Chopu. I mean, but you're not going to. That's not like a public beach where you're going to go there, right? Huntington has rip currents, and people go there all the time. So, public service announcement: if you go to the beach, whatever beach, make sure you talk to a lifeguard if you're not familiar with ocean safety. Shuffle your feet when you go in the water because there's stingrays in warm water, especially if you're in Sunset Beach. Shuffle your feet. If you do get stung by a stingray, put your foot in hot water, scalding hot water. If you want to learn to surf on a small day and get lessons, if you have no idea what you're doing, just go rent a board. If you're from out of state, from far away, just rent a board. It's cool. But go on a small day and get lessons. Don't just charge out by the pier or whatever. I'm sorry, my localism is flaring up. Here we go. This song is called "Seasons Change My Mind." No, this song is called "Spirit Guide Me." Sorry. Oops. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. But sometimes I feel like that young boy walking amongst the living. Take me by the hand, Spirit guide me through willows of weeping. If I cannot stand sleep and wake me with cold water, Spirit guide me. When you're out there on your own, clouds drill, cats prowl all along their beats, that you will be walking. Take me by your hand, Spirit guide me through willows of weeping. If you cannot stand, lay you to sleep and wake you with music. Spirit guide me. Ted on trombone here. And right. Ted Delahaye Americana. Ray Delahaye Americana. The Americana family. True sounds of Americana. First verse. When I was a young boy, walking class. C, F, G sharp. If I cannot stand, lay me to sleep and wake me with cold water. Oh, Holy Spirit, guide me. I pray this song is stuck in your head all day. Shout to Patrick Colleen, radio song from Shoes Off. It's a radio song. We're on the radio right now. Get off the air. We're on the stereo. Shout out to Stephen Malcolmus and Pavement. What else? Spiral Stairs. Stone Steps. Stephen Malcolmus and the Chicks. His lyrical content, he just does something. All right, enough of that. All right, Spirit guide me. No, I mean, Seasons changed my mind. Seasons changed my mind, and nothing's ever gonna be the same. Ever gonna be the same. Seasons changed my mind, and I'm never gonna be the same. Never gonna be the same. Might as well change my name. I wish to God I could find hope in all this broken wreckage. This ever present, ever nothing, ever something less. Seasons changed my mind, and nothing's ever gonna be the same. Never gonna be the same. Might as well change my name. Seasons changed my mind, and I'm never gonna be the same. Never gonna be the same. Every day you can find some kind of hope. You can find some kind of joy in this ever-present, ever something, ever eternalness. Seasons changed my mind, and nothing's ever gonna be the same. Ever gonna be the same. Sean McLaughlin, that's my name. Well, I don't have an alibi for where I slept last, but it was in the grass by the barn. So baby, come over and drive my car. I'm a bit old-time, but I know for a fact that I'm set free to find the things I like knowing to shut up and listen before I speak my piece. Slow your roll, slow your roll, slow your roll, slow your roll. Banjo solo rock. Come on, man.
Woken from that spinning rest, I was trying to drink you off my chest. I have shown you mine, feel free to show me yours. How much damage he's done, and I don't care where you slept last. And I don't want a woman who moves too fast, because I always move too fast. But I don't always fall in love, yes. Slow you roll, slow you roll, slow you roll, slow you roll, slow Flowing my way to North Carolina, staring at the road, pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, blue with flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, running from the cold, up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Y'all country winners keep getting me down. Lost my money playing poker, so I had to believe, but I ain't turning back to living that old life no more. I'll rock like a wagon, rock me, mama, anyway. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Theremin solo. A nice long token. He's headed west from the Cumberland Gap, Johnson City, Tennessee. Well, I gotta get a move on, fit for the sun. And my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. Yeah, I'll rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, anyway. That's what I find in the name of love keeps me sane. I don't believe it's but it tastes alright to me, yeah, cause at least I can see cracks that crawl over empty space, over all dates, yeah, at least I can see falling off the earth again. No, I don't believe this. Life is not so hard to explain. There's grace and also so we dance upon the grave in the rain. Our ghosts try to grip at the shell. The shell that covers our world lies to the brim of the wishing well. We dance upon the grave in the rain. We host each other in the mist. Your hair gets in my eyes. You start to tell me